minute. Where'd it go? I can't show my physique in this lighting. It doesn't look as good. Wait a minute, you mean I'm stuck with natty lighting? Okay, let's be real, a lot of us have been guilty in this situation. And if you don't believe me, let me clarify. You feel good about your physique and you want to take a progress picture in the mirror, maybe even post it on social media. Who knows, that girl you've been crushing on for a little bit might give it a thumbs up. I mean, anything could happen, right? But in the process of trying to show off your abdominals, you accidentally commit the unforgivable sin in the fitness industry of using natty lighting. Okay, Professor Dumbbell here. For those who don't know, natty lighting is poor or bad lighting that makes your physique look unappealing or worse than it actually is. So I know you sitting at home right now have probably scrolled on your phone a little bit recently and seen some of the crazy pictures fitness models have posted on their Instagram. And you've probably thought to yourself, whoa, can I look like that? Well, I'm here to tell you, maybe. We'll get to that later in the video, but there's a lot of factors that play into it. But there's one simple phrase you can remember that will dramatically improve your physique, and that simple phrase is, lighting is everything. Or actually, I should say more specifically, shadows are everything. Take the video you saw earlier, for example. I am in a completely dark room with one single bright focus light directly above me. Since that is the only light source in the room, it completely controls all of the shadows around me, meaning the bottom of my muscle bellies are going to be emphasized most prominently because of the angle of the light and the shadow placement. Notice how my sternum line between my pecs is completely non-existent. That's because the light above me completely flushes out that area with a light, leaving no room for shadows. This type of overhead lighting is most beneficial for certain muscle groups, such as your shoulders and your traps, because they benefit the most from the shadow placement. Notice how when I bring the light beside me, it is now my abs, my chest, my sternum line that are directly impacted by the light. This gives it a greater depth of field to my physique and makes them look much better. And then we have blanket lights. Blanket lights are multiple lights that give off a soft illumination on the subject. In fact, I'm using that type of light source right now. Notice how there are no extreme shadows on my face. That's because every angle has an evenly distributed amount of illumination. Take this picture of me, for example. Above me are multiple blanket lights that give off an even distribution of light on my body. However, there's a singular focus light to my upper left, which gives all my prominent muscles depth of field by adding shadows beside them. In my personal opinion, this is the most ideal lighting for taking physique or progress pictures. This picture was taken a few months before I turned 18. I have my whole upper body in frame, surrounded by blanket lights with a singular focus light above and slightly behind me. Now, granted, this picture was taken the leanest I've ever been in my entire life, which was senior year of high school. Now, because of wrestling season, I actually had to get my body fat percentage tested, and at the time, it came out to an average between 3 parts of the body of 6% body fat. Now, aided by the shadows from the light source, this emphasizes my muscle striations even more. However, there are so many crucial mistakes when it comes to lighting that I see many people commonly overlook. And after I name off a few examples, I'm going to give you one simple way that you can completely fix them. One big mistake I see people having is having the focus light directly in front of them from the POV of the camera. What's even worse is holding the focus light beneath you. This flushes out all the shadows beside your muscles and gives you a flat and washed look, making you look worse than you actually are. And it instantly takes away from your physique. This picture when I was taking 15 showcases that perfectly. Now, if I remember correctly, I believe I was doing pull-ups on this day, but for some reason I decided to flex my arms in the photo. But nonetheless, you can see that I'm surrounded by heavy focus lights that are directly on my body. And this leaves no room for shadows, which makes my physique look even worse. Framing. Framing and lighting go together hand in hand, and it can seriously improve the look of your physique. It depends on the look you're going for, but generally for taking progress or physique photos, especially of your upper body, you're going to want to fill out the entire frame, if not slightly spill out of it. Also, try not to have any nearby objects in frame that can be an easy size comparison for the viewer, as especially if you're on the smaller side, you don't want to have anything comparing your actual size, especially if you're trying to look your biggest. Framing is something I don't see a lot of people caring about, but it's more important than they could possibly understand. Take this picture, for instance. This is a professional bodybuilder, obviously, right? Now, this is a picture of me right next to him. Now, he's obviously stronger and has a much better physique than me, but because of the slight height difference as well as framing that's not in his favor at all, the fact that he has a much better physique than me isn't really apparent to the untrained eye. So to recap what we've learned, make sure that the primary light source in your photo is slightly above and to the side of you. This will give prominent shadows to your main muscle groups, giving them more depth of field and making your physique look better. And if you have enough blanket lights around you, you can even put it slightly behind you. This will make sure that the front of your body is still illuminated while having even more extreme shadows. Also, remember to fill up whatever muscle group you're trying to showcase completely in the frame, if not slightly spilling out of it too. Be sure to check out the link in the description where you can join our Discord. In the future, once we get a few more people, we'll be hosting physique contests as well as many other fun events. And the first 5 people to join from this video will get the name tag beside their username, Gym Lighting Enthusiast. And if you just want to be a part of a fun, healthy fitness community with like-minded individuals, I'd love to see you there. Again, link is in the description. I'll see you guys there. And with that out of the way, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Peace.